will DUMSOR be returning?
Well, and for the question that is on the lips of many Ghanaians, they say, is DUMSOR coming back? DUMSOR now, because of Nsembia Greek code about 2 Dutches, so much I buy here about $90 million and Sana Ghana ye light in the so. Now the end of this video, you understand, sir, DUMSOR Saba and answer Mba. Medini Simo de shine and no first that about channel so about more subscribe and like video no. Let's share my for front so any be and share. So let me take you straight into it. So Gridco I received this information from West African gas pipeline and a supply gas from Nigeria. I did my Ghana for my generating electricity I was saying. And for me say baba yeah clean up be pipes in him baba change pipes in him be and because of that make gas supply na about Ghana has you know means so automatically you know the electricity supply no so be the ever cut because the gas are generating light na my no akate. Now because of that another alternative for Ghana for better use their generating that electricity in the say you better yankasa fuel I mean they generate electricity no. And for no, on the day of the inauguration of John Dramani Mahama, John Jinapo, Yabusano Jose, there be a same way, sir, energy ministry, no, I hope very difficult for John Dramani Mahama because of Niamabia Apostle in the previous government, you know, a dear Tinamawakasa, was it any ammonia or Tenagana for which was up on Musupa. According to John Jinapo, which Ghana has a full like a bit media generating electricity. Our Ghana has another 4 years to mean you soon up to 5 days in pool. 5 days in point to me friendly. Now, West African gas pipeline for also say, a gas supply because of maintenance in Barbaye. It is a same way Babesi and as a sad way Babesia. Electricity, ye better yabi, and our gas generating electricity in your fan or heifer. This is the question ya Obusomo. And you see Ghana has a party so
John Jinapo, recently you have been quoted in the media saying that the energy sector is going to be the biggest challenge for John Dramani Mahama. John Mahama himself has spoken and talked about $3.5 billion in debt. That is an uphill task. Some would say that perhaps the country is going to go into DUMSOR right upon the entry of John Dramani Mahama. What are the assurances that you are going to deal with the energy sector situation?
Well, then I have bad news for you. Just today, the confirmation we are getting is that we have only 5 hours of fuel stock. If you look at heavy fuel oil and distillate fuel, we don't have up to 2 days. And so in 2 days' time, we are likely to run out of fuel. This administration has not ordered any fuel as to speak. And it takes on average 4 weeks for the fuel to arrive and 4 weeks for the fuel to be treated. And so we are in a very serious situation. At the transition, we brought this up. The outgoing administration assured us that they had procured some parcels of fuel. Today, right after President Mahama assumed office, and I served on the transition, my checks indicate that we do not have fuel that can cater for even 2 days. So clearly we have a major problem. And this is an incoming administration. Even if you order the fuel, like I'm telling you, it will take about 8 weeks. So we are in for real trouble.
And for to confirm this for you, no, the Director General of Gridco, and also the Assembly to Joker, the same thing, say, Ampa, John Dramani Mahama, Eddie Akotu and him say $90 million here just to generate the electricity and now some fuel they generate electricity Ghana for after say a year West African gas pipeline for akati gas now de Ghana has no e jom de akoto John Dramani Mahama anim so nya dwuma emfa ho.
So we came here because the West African Gas Pipeline Company informed about some plant maintenance activity that has to be done on the gas pipeline that runs from Nigeria and brings gas to Ghana. This, as they informed, is a critical maintenance after a certain number of hours and period of running to ensure the integrity of the pipeline. Now, this work requires that the pipeline, that the portion which sends gas to power plants in Tema will be shut down for the period. The period they need to do the maintenance is about 1 month. Now, because the gas that it is supplied to thermal plants in Tema is going to be shut down, it is needful that we get some liquid fuels for some of the plants in Tema to run so that we continue to have adequate supply even during the period of the pigging. What we came to inform the government is that yes, there are some liquid fuels, but it's not enough to cover for the period of the pigging, and so efforts have to be made to get enough volumes of the liquid fuel so that that critical maintenance can go on as planned. So this is what we came to inform the government. Thank you.
I don't know the spokesperson of John Dramani Mahama so the same to be a watch them say about October 2024 and Ghana you receiving this information from West African Gas Pipeline for say omo ba ba this cleanup exercise e omo pipes in him enti no omo mo Ghana for mo no and the then administration the Kufuor administration omo ban no omo de to e omo nim say omo ba sira omo up to January 20th, which is the data West African Gas Pipeline for national somebody started that cleanup exercise no omo de to omo nim say omo up to that date and do that is a Ghana for I reserve some fuel omo use to generate electricity then it's a period no that is be use to generate electricity say the penny bia and for and now I know can say according to the John Jinapoka and I say fuel Ghana for any 5 days in do 3 days as a sample and you know obusa say self fuel na Kufuor aban car say one ma and I say West African Gas Pipeline for more some days no more pay the egu no self fuel na e wa hemfa. And this is the Greek Kufuor chema say nya sa $90 million no alpha one quarter fuel na ma be generate electricity in that period of 28 days now. West African Gas Pipeline for be sa omo exercise now for Ghana one year be DUMSOR. Yet here this interviewer, the Director General of GridCo Edituga and the spokesperson for John Dramani Mahama so Edituga yet himra e ba obeti ase yenti ebi mo ka se DUMSOR na ba ebi mso mi chirima DUMSOR no enyama yenti omomra.
Precisely what has happened. Government has been briefed in order to address the situation because we know that it is pretty urgent. A technical committee has been set up that has representatives from all the key players in the management of Ghana's energy sector, and they have up until the close of day today to put before government a roadmap on what exactly needs to be done and how it can be done. So you can rest assured that government is taking the matter seriously and will do what has to be done in order to avert any difficulty for the people of Ghana. It needs to be stressed that the pigging exercise, or if you like, the maintenance exercise on the pipeline, should have been carried out in October of last year. Government then, the MPP government, requested that they shift it to January 20th in order that they will have sufficient time to procure the alternative fuels, that is the liquid oils, to power the thermal plants within the period that gas will not be available. At least in about 2 national security briefings that the then president-elect held with the present government, he asked about the status of the procurement of oils, and he was given firm assurance by the then government that they had put mechanisms in place to resolve the situation, that there will not be the difficulty that we are talking about today. It does appear that that promise was not kept, and therefore the responsibility has shifted to the present government. But President Mahama is alive to the task, and adequate responses will be fashioned to address this particular concern. Thank you very much.
Do we get the feeling that WAPCO would be sticking to the timeline of the January 20th, or the deferral is what you may be exploring?
Well, various options are on the table, and as I indicated, there's a committee, a technical committee, with representation from all the key players in the energy value chain that will be meeting, and they have close of day today to present a roadmap. So all options that can be explored to first of all avert any difficulty and address the situation at hand will be put on the table, and government will make a decision based on what we receive.
Will DUMSOR be returning?
Well, I think that we need to wait for the work of the committee to know exactly what can be done. The idea is to ensure that we minimize any impact, as it were, of this particular situation.
So if I understand it, if there is any problem right now in regards to the power crisis, it would cause fuel that was supposed to be purchased earlier.
Absolutely. I mean, we've been in government for 1 day. I'm not sure that you can order and have fuel delivered to you in 1 day.
Yes.
So, as I indicated, this would have been done at least in October. Government then said that they needed up to January 20th to put their house in order and do the procurement of fuel. During the security briefings that President Mahama had, he asked specific questions regarding the status of implementation of that plan. He was giving firm assurance that everything was in order, only for us to discover, as of yesterday, that had not been done. And that is why, as a responsible government, we've taken up the mantle to ensure that we do the right things. So it has to be stated clearly that it was some dereliction of duty on the part of the outgoing government that has resulted in this situation. But we will take the steps that are necessary to address it.
And from what John Dramani Mahama, President-elect, and as America said, President of the Republic of Ghana, as he says, the spokesperson in Ghana was saying, as we have catching another down for in the ministry for say October 2024, and the 2 men say this thing because and I said this cleaning up exercise because and I'm sure I must say a year or more from January 20th. In the man forced to sue a man for Kikasa Assembly say we need a deliberate attempt. Say a man for on my side and not man for blame DUMSOR on the NDC government. This is what Ghanaians are saying online. And I said the comment section of Sana man for said this is a deliberate attempt by some people. So that by a man for blame DUMSOR on a John Dramani Mahama. Now it's here a minister and as a spokesperson for John Dramani Mahama and son Sama or two Ghana, which say Mahama is alive to deal with all those things. And yeah, so DUMSOR no, you bet me I'll cover every man. I say a summer by Ghana for you bet me up maybe year. I say Benya says stay there for South Fu now. You did you for that period of 28 days because imagine set about a month. That's a light anywhere. A beya mobile amount for business is best say make high DUMSOR time amount for more your coast store for one number saying and yasam ketwa. This thing no a idea bia yem pese be repeating the whole our Ghana heavy. What I say. In terms of what much in the comment section how man me didn't see more the shine and I don't feel that. So but more than you will subscribe mama. I said the video for be tomorrow. You'll be the first to know my how. The message share in the next video. Name in the comment section.